95.5 News Talk, WLOB. Welcome back, Glenn, Chip, and Zan, the water cooler, 5:07, Saturday afternoon.
Glenn, I have a quick question for you.
Okay.
Now, the water cooler is now on from 3 to 6.
Correct.
We've got an extra hour starting today.
Yes.
Now, do you have an additional rejoiner?
I do not. I'm going to have to get to work.
Which one are you recycling? Is there one of those rejoiners that you like? Because I know Zan likes one of them. She likes Boston.
I was actually going to kind of stick to the same format for each hour.
I see.
But, you know, that's just me, inside radio guy.
And just for the record, I asked if I could supply some music, and I was summarily rejected.
Well, I'm only guessing that there'd be, you know, like Air Supply and ABBA coming our way.
ABBA maybe,
the
not
Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's.
Right?
Maybe a little
Madonna?
Nina Simone.
See? And you wondered why I said no right off the bat.
I didn't wonder.
Joining us now in studio, Pete Harring from the Maine Tea Party. Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Very good. How about yourself?
Now, to me, you look like a perfectly normal guy, okay? You got a shirt on, you got, you know, another shirt on. You're sitting down, but I assume you're wearing
Glenn
pants.
does not have a shirt on for our listeners at home.
So,
wait, where are you going with this? May I ask you?
He's clothed.
This is
Very
crazy.
good.
I'll get there.
Oh, I got a question.
Radio professional over on this side.
Pete, are you just like a regular old member of the Tea Party, or do you hold some position in the Maine Tea Party?
Well, I'm just I'm a regular old person.
No, I don't mean age-wise. You know what I mean. I mean, like, are you the president of the Maine Tea Party?
Well, I'm the founder of the website, themainteaparty.com.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
I guess some people might consider me as a leader in the state here.
A rabble-rouser.
A rabble-rouser,
right.
sure.
So
sure.
here's where I was going. You look like a perfectly normal guy.
Yeah.
Okay. But yet, everything I'm hearing, you know, when you watch MSNBC and CNBC, oh, the Tea Party is the Tea Party, you know, and it's always painted as something or this or that. I want you to tell us, basically, what makes up a Tea Party member?
Well, the Tea Party basically operates on 3 core principles: fiscal responsibility, constitutionally limited government, and free market.
Okay.
That's basically what our core values of the Tea Party movement is.
It all seems so normal, then what would the opposition
Why
be?
do you keep bringing up this normal thing?
Because I believe it is.
Maybe
normal.
I'm not for fiscal responsibility.
We also should probably let the listeners know that you're a Tea Party member yourself.
I'm a member of his website.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes. In full disclosure.
A Tea Partier. Right?
Tea
Do you guys... All right, go ahead. No, I got some questions, too. Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
No. Just keep going. No, because I think it's important because... the Tea Party, of course, is not like, say, the Democrat Party or the Republican Party, in that it's not an institution.
Correct.
With
I mean, we're not a
voting.
political party. We're really...
Or the Greens or the Libertarians.
Do you consider yourself to be a grassroots organization?
Yes, basically a grassroots organization, pretty organic.
In other words, there's
average everyday people who are pretty upset with the direction that our nation is headed in.
And there's no, in other words, there's no national position that the Tea Party necessarily takes, right? It is very grassroots, but there's no central organization for it on a national level.
No, there is technically no central organization for it on a national level. There's various national groups out there that like to claim that they are so-called
affiliation with it, right? Sure.
With it, or there's a lot of politicians, particularly Republicans, that have jumped on board claiming that they're all really Tea Party, but then you
right.
look
so what
at
do
their
you think
voting records and
and
it completely contradicts what they're trying to say. They just like to jump on the bandwagon because that's what people seem to be interested
it's a popular
in.
Can you give us an example of something like that going on?
Well, let's just talk about the government shutting down that they're talking about now. These people are in there quibbling. The Republicans are saying $61 billion they want to cut. The Democrats, it's $20 or $25 billion. But then if they take out the $10 billion that wasn't passed in the last 2 things, they're saying it's 35. I mean, really, those numbers are completely ridiculous. It's like trying to bail out a boat with a teaspoon.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, these people are all toting, we're all Tea Party fiscally responsibility. Look, we want to cut $61 billion from our budget while we have $14.3 trillion in debt right now. And this budget that they're trying to put through is going to require the federal government to borrow an additional $1.5 trillion for this year alone.
They're going to have to, in fact, they're going to have to finance 40% of that money? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, about 40% of that money is going to have to be financed. And we just can no longer operate like that. It's just not sustainable.
Rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic.
Yeah,
For all
basically.
intents and purposes.
Well, you're saying that all this rhetoric coming out of Washington between the Republicans and the Democrats, it's almost like they're it's almost an insult. You're saying that these numbers don't really have anything to do with reality.
Almost an insult? It's an insult,
okay.
Period.
All right.
These people, it's all a dog and pony show. They know that elections are coming back up in 2012. And, the Republicans are trying to take this hard stance, and the Democrats are saying, oh, no, we can't do that. And it's all a dog and pony show here because the average everyday person really has absolutely no idea what $1 billion is, never mind trillions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So $61 billion, you want to throw that number out there, it sounds great. Oh, yeah, we're trying to do something. We're going to try to make a difference here when really it isn't doing squat.
Right. No, I completely understand.
Pete Harring of the Maine Tea Party with us today on the water cooler. Jan?
Yeah, one of my big concerns about the Tea Party,
yes,
and about the sort of what I don't understand, maybe you can help me understand,
okay,
is it seems like the Tea Party is very good at identifying what's not working. But what I have not seen is the Tea Party really putting out their ideas about what they can do feasibly to make it better. Because I do agree that I don't agree with going in debt. I'm concerned about the national debt.
Well, there's something about $90 billion in waste of the military budget alone that just came out. Right?
Don't go back to the military thing. But what I'm just trying to say here is, how do we get to where you want to be? Because we can talk about cutting spending and that being a problem, yes, but we have programs, we have people who are depending on this. What do you think about that?
Well, the Tea Party as a whole, let me just talk about myself, for instance. Most of the people in the Tea Party have never really gotten into this politics before. I've never gotten into this politics before. And at the end of the last presidential election, I was pretty upset. And when the spending really started taking off, George Bush did a lot of ridiculous spending. And then President Obama gets in there and he just really steps on the accelerator. Most of us in the Tea Party are brand new to this whole political spectrum. Mm-hmm. I thought that I was doing the right thing. I'd go out and vote, and I'm a great citizen, blah, blah, blah. And once I started looking into it, and I realized the how out of touch that our leaders on both parties are with the average everyday person, we're really trying to figure this whole thing out. And one of the ways of being able to, the way that I see it, that we can help fix the problems, is to bring more awareness to the average everyday person who really has no idea what's going on because we don't get the truth from the mainstream media. And the best thing we can do...
Lamestream media. Wasn't that a Tea Party... wasn't that Sarah Palin that came up with that?
Sarah Palin came up with the lamestream media. She likes to tote herself as Tea Party.
Yeah, what do you think about her
I was going to ask that
Tea Party
eventually,
member?
yeah.
She's kind of out front trying to wave the Tea Party flag.
Well, again,
she lost me when she supported John McCain to be reelected as senator in Arizona. I like a lot of her principles and the way that she thinks, but John McCain would be bringing us exactly down the same road that we're traveling down.
Just a little slower, but the same road.
Just a little bit slower. Yep. And in a way, I'm kind of thankful that he lost the election and we got President Obama in office because he kind of stepped on the accelerator, like I said earlier. And people are stomping on the brakes here saying, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was John McCain had won the presidency, we'd be traveling down the exact same road that we're traveling down now. Only it would have been a lot slower and most people wouldn't have realized it before it was way too late,
right,
if it's already not too late now.
Mm-hmm. Well, John McCain, he wasn't brainwashed with his last trip to Afghanistan. But let's not get into that now.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Pete Harring with the Maine Tea Party. How does the Tea Party differentiate? Because what I'm hearing from you, it sounds a lot like the Libertarian Party. Balanced budget, no government, right?
Didn't say anything about no government. Constitutionally limited government.
Okay. All right.
Minimal
government? The Libertarians, they want to see every government program shut down.
Well,
that's the impression I get.
There's a lot of government programs out there that we don't need to shut down, but they need to be downsized considerably. And
how is the Tea Party different, say, from the Libertarian Party?
How is the Tea Party? Let's see. That's a good question. There's a lot of values that the Libertarian Party has that are very similar to even the Republican Party,
right,
to some extent. Yes. And a lot of people in the Tea Party feel about the same way. the Libertarian Party.
Doesn't the Tea Party have a lot of libertarians as well as Republicans?
Yes, there are a lot of libertarians, a lot of constitutionalists, a lot of Republicans, and believe it or not, there's Democrats in the Tea Party movement also.
Do we see a point coming up in the next couple of years where the Tea Party does get more organized and does actually start putting its own candidates out there, similar to the Green Party or other independent organizations?
I think that maybe that's a very distinct possibility.
Okay.
There were a lot of people that got involved in the Tea Party movement this past election that were on board with. It's basically a two-party system in this country, and what we should do is bring back the Republican Party to the values that it used to stand for. Unfortunately, across the nation and in this state, the Republican Party jumped on board with the Tea Party, and I believe, in my opinion, there are a lot of people in the movement that were snowblinded by the whole thing, and elected these people into office and gave us some good advantages, where a good many of these Republicans just went right back to politics as usual once they got into office. People are starting to wake up to that, and if there is a very distinct possibility that if the Republican Party doesn't have an about-face turnaround, that there probably will be a newer party getting more involved, and it could very well be the Tea Party movement. Whether it becomes an actual political party or not, that's still kind of debatable.
Okay, we'll pick this up right where we left off.
We get to ask him, Pete Harring of the Maine Tea Party, what kind of tea do you drink? Do you guys actually drink tea?
Well,
Drink tea? I like iced tea.
Can we get to that?
Let's give him a couple minutes to think over that response, okay? You are listening to The Water Cooler on 95.5 WLOB.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price